Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. TK. Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutting. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock. TK. Rock. The Most High is my rock.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Welcome to another live class. We're here at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday 6 to 9 p.m., and Saturday Shabbat class is from 10 to 2. We got classes in Virginia, okay, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7 to 10. They're located at 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. We have classes in San Antonio every Tuesday through Saturday. Okay, they're at 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. And we also have classes in Albuquerque, New Mexico at 7710 Medial Boulevard, Suite F, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87110. If you're local in any one of these 4 areas, feel free to drop by for class. Okay? You can catch our Hidden Truth Cable Show every Saturday at 8:30 here in Houston on Comcast Local Channel 17. If you're not local, you can stream it live on hmstv.org. You can also catch the Blog Talk Radio show. The brother Mashaba, he does that out of Albuquerque. That's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. MASHAHBA. All right, that's every Tuesday, Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Okay. You can catch our ISB HBK Kids classes on YouTube under ISB HBK Kids. Those are all previously recorded. You can catch our 5 Minutes of Wisdom on that channel. For current classes for the kids, they would have to show up on the Sabbath, on the Saturdays for class. We do kids class at 2 p.m. here at the school. Okay, so for updated classes, we don't record them. They'd have to be here live. All right, for our upcoming feast days, we have the memorial of blowing the trumpets on the 27th of this month, which is a Friday. We won't be having class that day. We'll make sure for that Wednesday we go over the memorial of blowing of the trumpets for y'all, and then we'll be off from class that day. And then in October the 6th, we have the Day of Atonement, and then October the 11th, we have the Feast of Tabernacles. That goes from the 11th to the 18th. So got 3 feast days coming up within a 2-week time period.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be busy. Did that. For your needs, for your garment needs, you can go to Facebook search everything Israel wear, one word, and you can put an order in that way for anything that you need, headbands, armbands, anything fringed. The sisters can do that. Israel Wear is also doing a raffle for a full garment, which includes headband, tunic, armband, and girdle. Has anybody put any money in yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm about to send my little $3 in. Hopefully I win. Right? But it's a full garment, so it's nice. It's purple and gray, right? Purple and white?
Purple, white, and gray.
Purple, white, and gray. It's a nice garment. Really, really good quality, high quality garment. So it's a tunic, headband, armband, and a girdle. $3 a ticket. The drawing will be on the 27th. They'll put the flyer up on the screen so you can see the garment. Also, the school department, to raise a little bit of money, will be selling fringe shirts. All right, they'll put that flyer up also. Okay. If you need to reach a teacher, you can reach me at 303-557-8979. Text only during class, please. Or you can contact Priest Kazakia. He's at 281-707-2737. Text only during class. Please, you can email us at isbhbk@isbhbk.org. All right, if you have any other questions or concerns, any donations you'd like to give, you can mail to any one of those 4 schools. All donations are welcomed and needed, and we appreciate it. Books, pens, papers, school, supplies, chairs, desks, anything like that you want to give from your heart, we definitely appreciate it. Any monetary donations, you all know we have the Wells Fargo account, as well as the Google Wallet. So you can send that, if you want to send any monetary donations, you can do that electronically. We appreciate it. All those that have been giving, and we wouldn't be. Listen, Virginia brothers would still be out there teaching, but the speed in which we got the school up and running, it was due to y'all's contributions. It was due to y'all, man, being able to get things like paint, things like drywall, things like wood and supplies and things like that to get the school up and running. You see that you're doing class, so all the donations that brothers and sisters give, and then even to keep this school, help keeping this school running. The donations, that's what it does. I mean, we broadcast on the internet. It ain't free. Lights, it ain't free. The rent, they don't just give us the building. They charge an arm and a leg just because. So all that y'all do, all that y'all give, we appreciate it. And the way we show our appreciation is by showing up here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Saturday, right? And by Kazakia and the brothers in Virginia, every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, right? Answering our phones when y'all call. Giving counsel. That's how we show the appreciation, because that's the way we give back. So everybody got to do their part. We appreciate everybody, and we just want to say, keep doing it from the heart. All right? So with that, we're gonna get into the topic, another good topic, and we titled this one, Israelites, Why Do You Fight? What are we fighting for? A lot of people, why this is a good one too, because a lot of people, the church teaches that once you accept the Lord and Savior, or Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, life is just easy peasy. It's all peaches, right? It's peaches and cream. But we understand that when we get into the truth, when we get into the real truth, when we get into the real Bible, right? When we come out of Christianity and all the fairy tales that Jesus loves everybody and that life is just going to be a cakewalk, when we find that out, you find out Yahushua is black, you find out Christ is black, the apostles look like you find all this stuff out.
Yep.
And then you realize, like, wait a minute, life ain't as easy as I thought it was going to be, especially once I get the knowledge.
If anything, it becomes harder.
It it's designed to. But that's what Israel don't understand, that the truth is designed. It's designed like that to see who's really worthy and faithful.
God.
So when you learn the truth, this life and the trials and tribulations you go to test you to see, are you worthy to wield your sword?
God.
Are you worthy to wield the wisdom? And that's what a lot of brothers and sisters don't get. They think like, yeah, I learned the Bible, and all of a sudden, like, everything's supposed to be good. But, and I wanted to start here because this is basic principles of just life. And when you're not in the truth, you're oblivious.
God.
When you don't got the wisdom, you're oblivious to what's going on around you. Let's be real. You are. You're not spiritually in tuned. You're not spiritually enlightened in any way. So you don't see the obvious things that go on around you, but the wisdom, the Bible, the scriptures, that's what opens up your mind, and you're able to see what's really going on around you.
Okay.
Where's Jermaine?
He's coming in.
Oh, okay.
He's getting his voice.
Go to Ecclesiastes 33 and verse 14.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36.
33.
Salakia. 33 and verse 14.
Go ahead. So
Good.
And I wanted to start here so that we can understand that there's something that has to happen. Paul quotes it in Romans, right? But I wanted to go here to make the point very apparent. Go ahead.
Good is set against evil.
Right, no, it's going to be always just all good.
Good is set against evil.
Good is set. Actually, you know what you do? Hold that real quick. This is where we're going to start. Go to Ecclesiastes 42 and 24. Ecclesiastes 42:24, because we have to understand what is perfection, and why does the Most High have things set up the way He does?
God.
Well, read this.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42, verse 24.
Go ahead.
All things are double one against
So
another.
that's first and foremost, man. All things are double one against another.
God.
Right? Go ahead.
And He has made nothing imperfect.
See, this is how the Most High achieves perfection. By doubling everything against another. Now, what are those things? Now go back to Ecclesiastes 33 and verse 14. Yes, sir.
Ecclesiasticus,
Uh-huh.
chapter 33, verse 14.
Go ahead.
Good is set against evil.
Yeah, and that's what it is. The yin and the yang. The good is the good against evil. Go ahead.
And life against death.
And life against death. Go ahead.
So is the godly against the sinner.
So is the what?
Godly against the
Right,
sinner.
and I threw this in because once we get the truth and we get the wisdom and we get the knowledge, what is the godliness that is coming out of you is battling what? The sinful man that's in you. Right?
Right.
So you're fighting first and foremost against the old man, the old sinful ways.
God.
And then you're going to come across and battle against the sinners that are amongst you. But if you don't understand that that's the way it's designed, then you're not going to understand chapters like Ecclesiastes 2. You're not going to understand James 1.
God.
You're not going to understand why Paul said, where good is, evil is also present with me. We're not going to understand that. Do they teach that in church? Where good is, evil is also present?
Man, I wouldn't know, man.
Well,
never went to
you never went to church, but guess what? When I went to church, I don't never remember them pulling that scripture.
Right.
I always just remember them making it seem like everything was just always all good.
Yeah.
It was just all walking on popsicle sticks. It was all just rainbows and Skittles. You learned about Christ, you gave Him your life, and everything was just all good all the time. There was no fight, there was no battle, there was no need to put your hand to anything, right? Just give it all to God. Just give it all to God. But how? How do you do that?
God.
Go ahead.
And the sinner against the godly.
Right. And the sinner against the godly. So this is the design of the Most High. But why? What has He designed it like that? To test and see, are you worthy? Are you worthy to get the rewards that we're going to talk about as we go through the class?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Fine. Go to so with that, man, we're gonna jump to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. It's like we were hitting, we were talking about how the Most High, his perfection comes through the things that he makes, how he makes them doubled up against each other. He makes them one-on-one, yin and yang. So go ahead, read verse 8, Ecclesiastes 3 and 8.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
A time to love.
Go ahead.
And a time to hate.
So, with this class being titled, Israelites, why do you fight? When we're reading this, we see that there's a time to love and a time to hate. So when it talks about a time to love, when that comes to your brother, that's all the time. When it comes to your family, it's all the time of love. But not, of course, with it being balanced. But right now, in this world, is it a time to like kick back and love like how the world says it's time to love? I'm gonna just lay up and cupcake with my boo and lay up and be a husbandman and lay up and be with the family outings Saturday, Sunday. Nah, it's not that time. And we're gonna go into and see why it's not that time. But yeah, it's a time to love. It's a time to have love for your brothers and your sisters and your families. But it's definitely a time to hate at the same time. It's a time to hate. It's a time to hate the wickedness that's going on, man. The abomination that's going on. It's a time to hate how the world is running and the spirits that these people have on them. Read.
A time of war and a time of peace.
And there was something that you said, I liked it. Like, it is a time to love our people.
Gun.
But how? How do we love our people?
And
we go to war.
gun.
We go to war with the demons in us. And then we go to war with the demons on them.
Gun.
And then we go to war with the demons in the world.
Gun.
We keep ourselves grounded and steadfast and not just go to war one time and then I'm good. No, it's constantly daily battling, daily killing the old man, daily going through the process to be that good example.
And just to piggyback on that too, what the world teaches love is, that's not love. What the world teaches love is, that is not love, man. Christ told you, no greater love than a man lay down his life for his friend or his brother.
Yep.
And that's real. That's real. So with the title being Israelites, why do we fight? If the scripture's telling you it's a time of love and a time of hate. See, we love our people. That's why we fight. We hate this world. We hate what America has to offer. We hate what America has done to us. We hate what Esau has done. Well, we hate what we did by not following the Most High to put ourselves in a situation where these nations are now above us. We hate that. We hate that our people still is living ignorantly and they don't give a damn. That's what we hate. But at the same time, we got to have love for them and sacrifice for them. Because now is that time, man, because don't nobody love them. And what the world is teaching that love is, that's not what love is. So they don't even know what love is, man.
And also, it's like we got to look and see, what are we really fighting for? Because a lot of cats is fighting for multiple ribs. A lot of cats is fighting for some fictitious glory and power. You got brothers that, I want to be a leader. I want to have vain glory, right? I want to have the vain glory of the approval of men, or I want to have this amount of wives, or I want to have this stature. Like, who gives a damn about any of that? All that's temporal anyway. If that's what you're fighting for, you're in the wrong fight. And again, as we go through the class, I don't want to give it away, but as we go through it, you got to see that if your mind is on women and riches and being blessed in that way, then you're doomed in this fight. Go ahead. Where we at?
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 9.
Actually, hold that. Go to 1 Maccabees chapter 5 verse 67.
What? Did something hit you? Spirit?
Well, you said something really dope. I wasn't gonna throw the scripture in there, but you threw it in there perfectly. Like you set up an alley-oop that I wasn't even ready for.
All right, Kobe.
Right?
Kobe and Shaq.
Nah, I'm T-Mac, bro.
Oh, T-Mac. Oh, sheesh.
And I'm Jordan. He's Pippen.
Oh,
man.
and I'm
I'll
Robin.
take it.
And I'm Robin. I'm defending.
Where we at?
Okay, First Maccabees 5:57.
He's
67.
He's turned up from the ball. Go ahead.
You said 57?
67.
Oh, con. 67.
And this is for, you know, what Quatzazat was just saying about what are we really fighting for? Like, are we fighting for a name, or are we fighting for
We fighting for carnal, temporal things.
kind?
You know what? You know why? If that's what you fight for, you're doomed, because those things were promised anyway.
Kind.
The scriptures say that you was going to get women. The scriptures say that you were going to get money. The scriptures say you would get clothing and food. If that's what you're fighting for, then you're fighting wrong. Because why would you fight for something that's already? Why would you fight for those day-to-day things that the Most High said He'll give you day-to-day? If I clothe the birds and the lilies, why would you have to really say, you know what, I'm fighting to get these things? But I gotta say it because some men's mind are programmed on, well, this is why I'm doing what I do.
Kind.
This is what I'm doing what I do so I can get this thing that I can see. I got all the wisdom, right? So now I can control women.
Kind.
Somewhat. Because a lot of them cats that have all the wisdom and then they can control women, they're unbalanced. They ain't got no tact, no discernment. They got wisdom but no discernment. Or they got knowledge and no discernment.
Kind.
So why am I living this life? Why am I going through this battle?
Kind.
Some men go to war just for the spoils. Right? Some men do go to war just for the women. Just watch TV. Watch the movies. They go to war knowing they're going to go ravish a city and take the women and take the spoils and take the cattle.
Yeah.
But some men fight for the glory. Some men fight for freedom. Right? You got those certain, like if you line up a whole bunch of cats in an army and you say, what are y'all fighting for? You're going to get different answers.
That's true.
All our answers should be the same. It should be, I'm fighting for women. I'm fighting for free. I'm fighting for
money. I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for a name. I'm fighting for
things temporal on this earth.
Yeah. I'm fighting for attention.
Right. I'm fighting for vainglory.
To be seen.
To be seen of men.
Yeah.
That our answer should be the same. Why do we fight? So go to where you're going.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. Read First Maccabees chapter 5 and verse 67.
First Maccabees 5:67. At that time, certain priests, desirous to show their valor.
So this is taking place in the time of Maccabees. So you have Judas Maccabees. He's fighting, and the brothers and sisters that's fighting with Judas Maccabees, they fighting for each other. They fighting for their families. They fighting for their lives. We're going to go into all that. But you had certain priests. Read it from the top.
First Maccabees 5:67.
Go ahead.
At that time, certain priests.
So you got certain priests. Go ahead.
Precepts, bro.
Desirous to show their valor.
Yeah, like, bro, you just want to show your valor. You just want to show I'm strong.
This guy's the precept.
I'm good at this. I'm good at that. Like you fighting for your pride. You're fighting to be seen. You're not fighting with Judas Maccabees for the nation, or you're not fighting for the brothers and sisters. I want to get a name.
Yeah, you're fighting for yourself.
God.
You're not fighting for the nation. And that's how some men. That's why some men are not successful and women are not successful in the truth. That's why it is a fad. That's why you endure for a while and then you're gone, because you're fighting to show your own value, your own valor. You're fighting to see how strong am I,
God.
how good am I as an individual. But what about the unity?
It's like Saul when Saul was king and David, killed his 10,000.
Right?
They was like, Saul killed 1,000, but David killed 10,000. And he's like, sad. It's like, bro, what you hating for? Like, your nation won. Right. Your people are living. Your kids ain't dead. You ain't dead.
Yep.
Y'all survived a war. So what if he killed 10,000 and you killed 1,000? Bro, your people are living.
Well, what was Saul on? He was on that vainglory.
He was on that
I want to be seen of men. I want I deserve the name. I deserve a name, but some men fight thinking that they deserve something. You don't deserve a damn thing. None of us deserve anything but to be slaughtered, but to be cut in half. That's what we deserve. But Saul thought that he deserved the name because he killed 1,000 people, or because he was doing it before David was. That's how some men operate. Oh, I've been here longer, so I'm owed this much amount of respect, or I'm owed, and not to crap on anybody's longevity or works, but that ain't the point to say, oh, I've been here longer. The point is to say, are you still enduring? Are you still enduring and fighting with the same valor, the same belief and conviction when you first got the truth?
It's like I remember we were passing out flyers on MLK, and we met this one brother, and he comes to the park and he does YouTube videos. But it's like, you know, we gave him the flyer and everything. Y'all probably remember.
Yeah, I remember.
We gave him the flyer and everything, and I'm telling him, yeah, bro, we congregate right over here. You can come check us out. Instead of you doing flyers by yourself. Well, he wasn't even doing flyers. Instead of you doing YouTube videos by yourself, you can actually congregate with some people.
Right. You
can actually come to class. You can. Here's your opportunity to be around like-minded people. But then when he gave me his YouTube link, he was like, yeah, man, I do videos, I do classes. He gave me the YouTube link. He was like, yeah, man, I don't have much. And long story short, he only had 2 subscribers. But I was like, bro, is that why you're doing it? Like, you're just doing this just to have some damn subscribers and to be seen and to have videos? That's why? Because you see other brothers that took the time and the effort and the diligence to go out and street speak and to go out and teach. Like, you see them and they're a little bit well known, and that's what you want.
YouTube glory.
YouTube glory, like, bruh, I don't care how many subscribers you got. I don't care if you got 1 or 2 subscribers. That's not why we're doing it. But, you know, that brother, you know, never came to class, and it's about, bro, why are you doing it? You're really just making these YouTube videos just to, you're trying to blow up, you're trying to make a name. That's the same reason why brothers be changing doctrines. Esau ain't the white man. Esau is the Arab. Bro, you just trying to be seen. You just trying to get a name for yourself.
Notoriety.
You're trying to get some notoriety. That's why there's no stability. That's why there's no stability. Read that from the top.
First Maccabees 5:67.
Go ahead.
At that time, certain priests desirous to show their valor.
So their desires to show their valor. Read.
Were slain in battle, for that they went out.
They were what?
Slain in battle.
And that's what happens to Israel, man. When you try to go out just to show your individualness, to try to show like I'm an individual, I'm gonna fight this battle alone. I can do better all by myself, or I'm fighting because I want this type of woman or these amount of women. You're gonna get slain in battle because you're not picking up certain principles of unity and charity and love and togetherness and long suffering. So you're gonna get slain. Think about it. When you go to battle, they teach you basic war tactic, basic training. But you leave off the basic training because you want to show how good you are at wielding your weapons. So you're gonna be doing the fancy tricks, flipping the sword around, flipping it behind your back. You're supposed to have your shield up. You forgot that because you want to show off your swordmanship.
God, man.
Go ahead.
Slain in battle, for that they went out to fight unadvisedly.
They went out to what?
Fight unadvisedly.
Why? Because, bruh, you got Judas, who the Most High is obviously with, fighting. And the Most High is fighting for him. The nations fear him. Why? Because they know that the Most High is fighting with them. The nations will come up with way more people than Judas. Way more. And they're shaken. They're scared. Judas is lacking manpower, and he's lacking weapons. And you got these nations that come up with manpower and weapons, and they fearing him. Why? Because they seen what the Most High is doing through him and through the brothers and sisters that he's rolling with. Well, you got certain priests, they're like, I want to be like Judas. I want to be like Judas. I don't want to go and fight the same war with Judas. I'm trying to be like Judas Maccabeus and do my own thing.
Yeah, I don't want to follow the method.
Kind.
I don't want to fight the right way. I don't want to use my weapon the right way. I don't want to block and use my shield the right way. I just want to show up on the battlefield and look strong. And hope for the win and then get the spoils of the victory. Because that's what men look at. You're looking at the spoils of war. Like, are you even equipped for the battle? Are you even equipped for the fight? But see, we got to remember that the fight has always been here, right? Let's jump back into it. The fight has always been here. We were just oblivious.
Yep.
The Most High always had the fight going. You just didn't know until you were awoken. Until you were awoken and into this condition of having the fight. Right? So where we at?
Jump back to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 8. So now you got to think about it. Like they're claiming that Iran just hit Saudi Arabia's oil refinement spot. So, and then y'all can just see the state of the world. You got to ask yourself, man, is it time for me to just be going around doing my own thing? Is it time for me to be trying to make a name and getting YouTube views and YouTube likes and YouTube channels and being a rapper and being like what is the time for? Is it time to be sitting on your butt, not doing anything, doing bare minimum, or is it time to really be gathering with your nation and trying to fight because you can see it's getting real. It's getting worse and worse every day.
It's high time to wake out of sleep, knowing our salvation is nearer than we know. That's what it's time for. But just because the salvation is nearer than you know, don't mean you're going to be saved. See, Israel got it backwards. Like, yeah, salvation is near, so I can just be mediocre.
Scripture tell you, man, the righteous shall scarcely make it.
Right, if the righteous shall scarcely make it, what will happen to the sinner? So, but Israel don't look at those scriptures and say, damn, I gotta put in this 100% break. I gotta fight this fight 100% of the time, all of the time.
Yeah.
Not 100% of the time, 50% of the time. Right? I gotta always be on guard. I gotta always be on defense. I gotta be on offense. I gotta be a fighting machine. But for what? Well, we said it. We said it. Go ahead, read on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
Jump to Psalms chapter 56 and verse 1.
And let me say one thing about that time of war. Listen, we're in a spiritual battle. What do they say in church? Satan don't never sleep. So how the hell you gonna get you some rest? Why are you sleeping if your enemy don't?
Yeah, man.
That's what we gotta ask ourselves. Why are you sleeping when your enemy, Satan, the adversary, is constantly on the grind? He's 24/7, 365. Some of us are 9 to 5, 5 days a week. You take weekends off. You go on like 2-week vacations. You go on paid vacations or non-paid vacations. You like, I gotta take a sick day. You can't take a sick day from a spiritual battle. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. They said it's a time for war, a time for peace. But come on, man. You got to battle for that peace. You got to fight for that peace. Go ahead.
Go to Psalms 56 and verse 1.
Book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Be merciful unto me, O Yahweh.
Be merciful unto me. Go ahead.
For man would swallow me up.
Go ahead.
He fighting daily oppressing me.
He what?
Fighting daily oppressing me.
So you can see it's a time of war. It's a time of spiritual war, man. You're being oppressed. Our people's being oppressed, man. Daily. It says daily they fighting to oppress us. Daily they are fighting to keep us back, to hold us down, to restrain us, to keep us from waking up and find out who we are. And even if we do wake up and find out who we are, they fighting to change the way that the path that we need to walk. They fighting in every way to keep us from coming together in unity. They fighting to keep us from being 100% faithful in our own book with all the different doctrines and philosophies that they're putting out there. It's a war. It's a war, man. You got to be careful what you eat because you don't know. And then it's even a bigger war trying to put off the old man. Because when you look at TV, when you listen to music, when you look at the people you work with, it's so much that you have to deal with. So it's super hard to come out of the oppression. You was gonna say?
No, I was gonna say anything.
Yeah, it's super hard to come out of the oppression that they got you in. Read that from the top.
Book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 1. Be merciful unto me, O Yahweh.
So you want the Most High to be merciful unto you in these times, to show a little favor towards you. But what are you doing during this fight that we're fighting? For the Most High to say, you know what? I'm going to show mercy. I'm going to be there for you like I was with Judas, like I was with David, like I was with Phinehas, like I was with Joshua, Caleb. What are you doing for the Most High to say, you know what? I'm going to be merciful unto you. How are you doing in this spiritual warfare? Are you restraining yourself? Are you practicing abstinence? Not talking about the sexual. I'm talking about just your lustful desires. Everything that your eye sees, you want. What are you doing for the Most High to show mercy unto you? Read.
For man would swallow me up.
But this is why you want the Most High to show mercy unto you, because these nations, man, they trying to swallow us up. Read.
He fighting daily, oppressing me.
And they fighting daily. Every day they fighting to oppress you. But what are you doing? How are you fighting to come out of the oppression? How are you fighting to keep your family's mind sane, your children, your wife's mind sane in this time that we're living in? How are you fighting to be an example unto your family and your friends that's out there in the world, your co-workers that don't know you're an Israelite? Well, they know you're an Israelite, but they don't know why you act or carry the way, why you think or believe the things that you believe in. Are you fighting to show them the proper example? Verse 2.
God. Verse 2.
Go ahead.
Mine enemies would daily swallow me up.
Yeah, give them the opportunity, man. They'll daily swallow us up. Esau will kill us daily if they had it. I mean, they are. But they'll love to just put that gun to your head and just blow your brains out. They'll love to just do it like that. They'll love to torture you like they were able to back in the day. They love it. It's the same way we should love coming back to the Most High and fighting, man. Go ahead.
For they be many that fight against me.
Go ahead.
O thou Most High.
Yeah, there's many, man. Israel's that speckled bird that's surrounded by all the other birds that want to take them down, like it says in Jeremiah. That's us. We're that lamb. We're that sheep in the midst of wolves. They'll love to kill us, man. If it wasn't for the Most High, we'll be done. We'll be done. So when we gonna step up and start fighting? Because the Most High ordained this fight. The Most High is the one that ordained it. Why? Because it's his fight. Go to 2 Chronicles chapter 20 and verse 15.
Yeah, the Most High set the battle in array.
Most High, let me not jump. But the Most High is the one that ordained this fight. The Most High does things to show his power. At the end of this, man, when we standing tall, they gonna say, man, the Most High was definitely with us. The Most High sets things up to show his power. He set Pharaoh up. He made Pharaoh get prideful and get high-minded and get higher and higher and higher. So that when he fell, you knew that the Most High was the one that brought him down. When you had Gideon fighting, you knew that it was the Most High fighting with Gideon. When you had that wall, the walls of Jericho that fell down, you know that was the Most High. Maccabees, when Judas Maccabees was fighting, you know that was the Most High that was fighting with him. It's the same today. When we fight and we go through what we go through, you know it's the Most High, man. When these nations see us, the way we carry ourselves, because the scripture says in Deuteronomy 6 and 4, that this is our wisdom and knowledge in the sight of the nations. When they see us compared to our brothers and sisters that's not awake, they know that it's the Most High. They should know that it's the Most High why we're like this. Read that. 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 15.
2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 15.
Go ahead.
And he said, Hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And thou King Jehoshaphat, thus saith the Most High unto you.
Go ahead.
Be not afraid or dismayed by reason of this great multitude.
So it's a lot of people that we're fighting against, but we're not afraid of them. Go ahead.
For the battle is not yours, but the Most High's.
Because come on, man, common sense will let you know. If you got a fight going on and you got 20 against 2, more than likely the 2 is going to get their butts kicked. But it's telling you right here, the battle's not ours. Because if we were to fight the way we want to fight, we're not winning this. Because look how we fight right now. As a people, we can't even come together. We can't even come together on the Shabbat day. We can't even come together for a regular class day. We can't even come together for the feast. So if we was to fight the way we want to fight, we ain't finna win. So it can't be our battle.
And then you gotta look at what makes a strong army. What makes a strong army?
Good leadership.
Right? But isn't it that each individual piece knows his let's go back, knows his position. Let's go back to the movie The 300.
Yep.
Right? Each man knew where he had to be, how to hold his shield, and how to use his spear. He knew how to defend and offend. He knew how to position himself. Each man, if one piece was off, the whole line,
Whole phalanx fell.
yeah, everything would fail. Right? If you broke the ranks. Like, remember when old boy went bloodthirsty and broke the ranks? Because his son got decapitated?
Yeah.
He broke the ranks, but then he almost got killed. So, you got to see that it's not even just fighting as in unity, but you got to do the things as an individual in your own battles to be able to be even considered part of the army. Each man got to do his own pull-ups, his own push-ups, his own training, his own study. He got to believe. He got to build his own faith. Like, these things got to be in each individual for you to be even a good fighter in the war, or a good piece of the army. Now, is everybody going to be at the same level? Of course not. You have weaker brothers, stronger brothers, but you got to at least be doing what you can do to be at a certain level to where you can lift your shield, defend the man next to you, and use your spear. Why didn't he take the hunchback dude in 300? Couldn't lift his shield. But he could throw that spear. He said it. He was like, that's a good spear thrust. Right? You can see. Right? He was like, oh, that's impressive. He said, but lift your shield. He couldn't lift his shield, so he wouldn't have been able to be there for the man next to him. Right. This is what we got to understand when you fight. What do you fight for? Well, first and foremost, you fighting for the man next to you. You warring. It's a battle for the man that's right next to you daily. And this is what we got to see as Israelites. And not just because it's the man that's next to you here, but guess what? There's many brothers that are next to us that don't know who they are, that need to be woken up. Well, you got to be in tip-top shape to show them, like, yeah, the wisdom works. The Bible works. Because what's the point of a cat seeing you and you like, yeah, I believe in the Bible. You just looking flabby and sick. That's like a cat that says, yeah, I work out 1,000 days a week. Right? I do 1,000,000 push-ups.
Yeah.
And he's 300 pounds of slop. It's like, how are those push-ups working? My man, push-ups don't work. Or what push-ups are you doing? Right? Because they're looking at you like, wait a minute, how is this working for you? Right. Well, if you still depressed, if you still rebellious, hard-headed, stiff-necked, if you still on your individual tip, then why should I join this army? Why should I join this fight?
It's like he's doing push-ups on bologna sandwiches. You know, not
he's doing pull-ups like this,
pulling them up
to his mouth. Yeah, but that's the point. Like, people are looking to see how are you wielding your weapon? How are you wielding your wisdom to better you? If you ain't a better you, then you're not going to be a good piece of the army. So again, what are we fighting for? Well, we're fighting to better each other, but better yourself, better and help better the next man next to you. And to be an example to the people that are looking in and saying, wow, the Bible really works. Wow, the wisdom works. This cat ain't depressed. This cat ain't this way. He ain't this way. He ain't that way. He's actually about the Bible.
Done.
Where we at?
Done. Go to 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 57.
So you see that. Where we at?
2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 7.
Oh, where we're at? We're at 2 Chronicles 20 and 15. I'm sorry.
Right, so 2 Chronicles 20 and 15 tells you that the battle, right? The battle is the Most High's.
Yes, sir.
So he's setting these battles up again. Good versus evil.
Done.
Right? Two things doubled against each other. Go ahead.
Go to 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 57.
2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 57.
Because we already understand that the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Right?
We get that. So with that being said, read this.
Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
Go ahead.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight?
Listen, you born on this earth, you're going to fight a battle. But just look at nature. Look at nature. Look at the animals. Especially carnivores. The Most High likens us to lions. The Most High likens us to these lions, man. So look at how a lion hunts. Look at the lion pride. And they're not successful in all their hunts. They're only successful in like 25% of their hunts, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not very high.
It's not high.
Nope.
So you gotta understand, man, if you don't fight, you don't eat. But you gotta fight the right way. It's like when you watch like the lioness's hunt, y'all ever wonder why the lion himself, he's never really ever a part of the hunt, but the lioness is always a part of the hunt? It's because the male lion, he's as agile as the lady lions.
Yep.
So when it comes to the coordination, he's just not. He throws it off. Like if he's a part of it,
yeah.
what they do is the female lions, they actually set up the animal that they want to run towards him. But the majority of the time, he's gonna mess it up because that's not
That's not his office.
It's not his office.
Imagine if he gets trampled by a giraffe. Who's gonna be there to defend the pride?
Done.
He said he got his own war to fight. He got to fight against other male lions that's trying to come in and infiltrate.
Hyenas.
He got to fight against hyenas. So he got his battle.
Yep.
The women got their battle. But see, you know, I like this condition of the battle. This is the condition that men have. Read it one more time.
2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 57.
Go ahead.
Then answered he me,
right,
and said, this is the condition of the battle,
right,
which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Read verse 58.
That if he be overcome.
But if he be overcome by what? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. That's what we got to ask ourselves. Be overcome by what? If there's a battle that must be fought, what's going to overcome you?
And
what's going to overcome you? Well, first and foremost, it's going to be yourself. It's going to be those deep down embedded demons that you didn't root out. That's what's going to overcome you.
Okay.
And then the world itself is going to pile on its negative and its hate, and it's wanting to bring you back into pollution. That's going to overcome you.
Okay.
All the negatives that we're supposed to get out of us, that will overcome you. Come on, you got people dying of depression, man. You got people dying of depression. You got people dying of dying because they have nothing to really grab onto spiritually to anchor them down. Because the world is beating down on them. Because the world is telling them that they should operate a certain way, and they're not. And they lose it. They go crazy, they lose it, man. Read on.
Well, if I could say one thing too, man, on it. You know, when it says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. You know, when you read the scriptures, and I was doing a class on this. When you read Revelations, like Revelations, it gets to a point where it just starts talking about overcoming. It's like, he that overcomes is going to get this. He that overcome is going to get this. He that overcome gets this. It just starts going all through it. So when you read the scriptures and you really look at this overcoming and this conquering theme, and the Most High being a man of war, when you look at nature and you just look at humans in general, when you look at anything that has life, it's about overcoming. Either you overcome or you get overcome. Either you eat or you get eaten. Either you kill or you get killed.
They say it's a dog eat dog world. It's survival of the fittest.
That's really how it is.
Yeah.
It's either you kill the old man or the old man's gonna kill you. It's either you kill your thoughts or your thoughts is gonna kill you. You know, when you look at a forest and you got a whole bunch of trees growing, the trees that you see that stand the tallest, those are the ones that overcome. Because if you plant, as soon as that plant starts to come up, the first thing the plant starts to reach for anybody that's ever planted, is the sunlight. Yep. The plant reaches for light. So when you're in a forest filled with nothing but trees,
blocking your shade,
blocking your way to getting that sunlight, that's when they start to grow. That's what they start trying to do. They're trying to get the sunlight. They're trying to get as tall as possible so they can get the sunlight. The ones that are at the bottom that can't get the sunlight, they end up withering away and dying. They're not getting the sun. When you look at anything that the Most High has set up, that's how it is. You gotta overcome. If you don't overcome, then you get overcome.
You get overran. Oh yeah.
It's the 2 and 2 that the Most High set up.
But what is it that we overcome? Well, I'm looking for it. It says, "Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good." So if good and evil is set against each other, and this is what we're fighting against. We're fighting against the evil that's out there, the evil that's in us. If you're being overcome, then you're being overcome with your own evils. You found it?
Go ahead. It's Romans chapter 12 and verse 21.
Yeah, I'm in Romans 14. Okay. Yep. Romans 12 and 21, right there, right in front of my face. Read that. I just flipped one page over.
That's where I just flipped to it.
Yeah, read that.
Romans 12:21.
Right?
Be not overcome of evil.
Right?
But overcome evil with good.
Yeah, because if the good is set against the evil, and we're striving for something, we're warring. What are we warring against? Well, we're warring against the evil. I know y'all know this. But it says, what does it say? It says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer. Overcome what? Overcome by what? It ain't nature that's overcoming you. You know, you're not a frog trying to make it into a pond. You're not a frog trying to grow legs from a tadpole. No, you're a man trying to put off an old man, trying to put off old deeds.
God.
But if you get overcome by your old man, by the want to not want to do, right? You get overcome with that. Oh, I just don't feel like it today. You can't let that overcome you. Oh, I just don't see why. You can't let, because you can't see why for a moment, obscure your whole vision. Now you're overcome with doubt. Now you're overcome with fear. Now you're overcome with pride. Now you're overcome with sloth. These are the things that are overcoming. Finish it up.
Verse 58.
Verse 58. Finish that.
Come. That if he be overcome,
right,
he shall suffer as thou hast said.
Read.
But if he get the victory,
and go ahead.
He shall receive the thing that I say.
Right, and we're going to get into that thing that he says. If he shall get the victory. Now, is it that you just conquer your pride once? Is it that you just conquer your lust one time? No. That's why it says, he that endureth unto the end shall be saved. But what is the whole enduring and overcoming for? Well, we said it earlier. Go to Judith 8:24. Because a lot of us don't realize this, man. A lot of us we want our family in the truth. We want our mama, our brother, our favorite uncle. We want them in the truth, but how good of an example would you be of a fighter if they were standing right next to you? Would you be what they could look at as the ultimate supreme example of fighting for Yahweh Shai? Of fighting your old man? Because if not, then what's the point of having your family in the truth?
God.
Quit running back and forth right here and go sit down. What's the point of being in the truth if somebody can't look to you as the perfect example of how to fight? Read that. What you looking for?
Judith chapter 8 verse 24. Now therefore,
Right.
O brethren,
Oh, what?
O brethren,
Go ahead.
let us show an example to our brethren.
Go ahead.
Because
And what's the example? The example is how to overcome. The example is that first and foremost, it's a daily war.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up, right? I got my bulletproof. I got my AK, right? I'm preparing for this spiritual battle. That's the first and foremost example. The example can't be, well, I don't know what's going on. I ain't ready. I didn't know it was a war. I don't know why I'm here. No, it should be, listen, you wake up, man, like the scriptures say, you put on the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, right? You have your feet shodded with the gospel of peace, right? You take that sword and you go to war.
God.
You go to battle. You don't wait, like some of us wait for the battle to come to us. No, you prep yourself for the battle. Go ahead, read on. So that's the example. Read.
Con, because their hearts depend upon us.
Yeah, because you take a weak nigga to war, what's going to happen? Men's hearts are going to fail.
God.
When you're not prepared for battle, what's going to happen? Their weak heart is going to fail in battle. So they got to see our strength, right?
God.
Your wife, she got to see you daily striving. Through what? Through your example. You can talk it all day. Yeah, babe. Blah, 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 blah. But she got to see you doing it, because you can talk a good one and your actions don't add up. Then what? You know what she's looking at? What does a weak person look at? They look at the weak example.
God.
A weak person is going to follow a weak example. They're not going to follow strength, because strength is going to eat them up. You got to pull them to strength. But you got to talk strength, and you got to be strength. You got to be war ready. Go ahead.
Their hearts depend on us.
Because their heart is depending to be able to feed off of your faith. Feed off that life that Israelites are supposed to have. That sparks amongst stubble. They got to feed off of that, because they weak as hell out there. They're getting swallowed by bills. They're getting swallowed by not having. They're getting swallowed up by Instagram, watching all their little friends take cruises. Watching all the celebrities live that garbage, fictitious life. Your family members are getting swallowed by that. And what they need? They just need something to hold on to and anchor themselves down. But guess who that is? That's you, War Machine. You're supposed to be War Machine. Like an Iron Man, that should be everybody's nickname in here. War Ready, War Machine. Go ahead.
And the sanctuary.
And the what?
And the sanctuary.
So it's not just about your family. It's about the sanctuary. The Most High's house. Go ahead, the Most High's service. You see that? And performing it, not just doing it half-assed. Yeah, I'm going to show up when I want, show up how I want, come dressed any old way. No, the sanctuary is all the things that the sanctuary entails. Meaning when you carve them candles, you better do it right. Put your whole 1,000 spirit into it. When you put together the reading for the Sabbath, put your spirit into it. When you mop the floor, when you show up in here and you're ready to teach, put your spirit in it.
Yep.
Because people are looking at it. We're grooming the next breed of teachers and husbands. So what example are you going to be? The weak-ass husband that bows down to his wife? The weak nigga that bows to his wife. Okay, how's that going to help Israel? That's what Israel does now.
Yep.
You gonna be the guy that changes all the precepts? You gonna be the guy that uses all the wrong precepts to answer questions? See, there all these things coming. You got to be ready.
God.
You got to be ready to go to battle. And this is the beautiful thing about being an Israelite. You don't know what battle is going to be day to day. You don't know what's going to hit you. But does that mean that you can't be prepared? You got to be prepared. Go ahead.
And the house.
And the what?
And the house.
Yeah, your household depends on you. Not just your household, but the brother next to you. And the sister next to you. For you sisters, listen, this ain't just for brothers. This is you sisters too. The sanctuary depends on you. The sisters depend on you. A sister's house depends on you. It's all about your example and how you're walking. Go ahead.
And the altar.
And the what?
The altar.
Go ahead.
Rests upon us.
Yeah, we got to shoulder that burden through our example, through our readiness to battle for these things. You gotta know that this is what we were fighting for. You're fighting to keep these things afloat and not let them fall.
Yes, sir.
Not let them be destroyed. Not let them just go by the wayside. I don't want this man's house to fall. I don't want y'all's house to fall. So every day I wake up and make sure that I'm ready to give what I gotta give to a brother, a sister, somebody online, a text message. Okay, here. This is how I'm gonna not let your house fall. This is how I'm gonna not let the sanctuary fall. This is how I'm gonna not let the altar fall. This is how I'm gonna not let the brothers next to me fall. But we all gotta be in that mind. So it's like, what do we fight for? Well, I'm fighting for women. Well, I'm not. I'm fighting for the brother next to me. Well, I'm fighting for whatever you fighting for, man. That's not gonna promote these things. You fighting wrong. Read on.
Verse 25.
Read verse 25.
Moreover,
right?
Let us give thanks to the Most High, our power,
Read.
which trieth us.
Wait, he does what?
Trieth us.
Yeah, this is the condition. You know what he's trying? He's trying to see, are you gonna help to uphold these things? Are you gonna put yourself as a good example to fight for these things? That's what he's trying. He's trying your heart. So he puts you in the situation to see, is Jermaine gonna crack when a brother raises his voice at him? Is Jermaine gonna crack when a brother says, listen, we ain't doing it like that? Shemai, is Jermaine gonna get in his feelings? Oh, he didn't get in his feelings. Okay, he's learning. He's trying these different things in us. And this, I use you as an example, not saying that that's your issue. But,
like that.
He tries, he knows what's in your heart. He tries those reins. He knows what's going to push you to the edge. And guess what? Guess what? Those things that are going to push you to the edge are right in front of you to see and to show you that with every temptation, there's a way out. You don't have to be pushed over the edge. Your edge can extend. Damn, I thought this was my edge. Nope. Long suffer. Nope. Suffer wrongfully. Your edge just extends and extends and extends. But all this is your growth. Right? Go to 1 Maccabees 13. Go to 1 Maccabees 2:40. So we got to see, man, that we got to really see what the hell it is that we're fighting for. Nowhere in there did it say we're fighting for ribs, cars, houses, to be comfortable, children. It didn't say nothing like that. But does it have to? It shouldn't have to, because you should know that if you're fighting for the sanctuary, if you're fighting for your house, then your rib, your kids is all going to be in there. But what comes first?
The Most High.
The Most High. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. And his righteousness and all these things will be added. He's trying you to see, listen, are you going to fight for me? Fight for me and I'll fight for you. Fight for the truth till death. A lot of us only want to fight until we get blessed. A lot of us only want to fight until it don't feel good. Or you only want to fight a little bit, then you just give up. Like, damn, I'm bored. Like, bored? You ain't even did nothing. If you ain't, I believe Kazaki said it in the class the other day, and I'm going to say it. If you ain't teaching class, if you ain't putting classes together, you ain't got no damn right to be bored. You got levels to achieve. And even then, you ain't put together enough classes. I use myself. I ain't put together enough classes to imagine to be bored. So
it's so much to accomplish
on every level.
Yeah, it's so much.
Because you're a soldier, have you perfected your soldierhood? Have you perfected your officerhood? Brothers got to see that. Just because you're an officer, just because you're a soldier, just because you're a trooper, are you the best trooper that you can be? Or are you still making member mistakes?
Yeah.
because there's a difference between a member, trooper, soldier, officer. Are you a soldier making trooper mistakes? Well, then you got to perfect your trooperhood. You got to fight to perfect that. You see that?
And that gives you something to fight for. It gives you something to strive.
It should.
Yeah.
It should show you that every day I got to fight to perfect my office. I got to fight to perfect my example. Go ahead.
Go to 1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 40. First
Maccabees chapter 2, verse 40.
Go ahead.
And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen,
Go ahead.
they will now quickly root us out of the earth.
So this was talking about during the time of Maccabees when the nations know that on the Sabbath we're not going to fight. So they would only come on the Sabbath and attack us. So you have brothers and sisters that ran and hid themselves in the mountains, but they'll come and find them. And when they found them, they wouldn't fight because it was a Sabbath day, and so they were getting wiped out. Them, their children, they were all getting wiped out. So you got right here. Read it from the top.
1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 40.
Go ahead.
And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done.
Yeah, if we all sit back.
Yeah.
If we all sit back and take a rest. Oh, this is my rest day.
Yep.
Yeah, fighting today, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to get in my feelings. I'm going to get emotional. I'm going to get double-minded. I'm going to give in to the enemy. I'm going to give in to my own wicked devices.
Right.
If we do as our brethren do, then what? Read.
And fight not.
Do what?
Fight not.
Because it's a constant fight. When he said arise, depart, this is not your rest. In Micah, he was letting you know this ain't your rest. This is a constant battle. It's a constant condition. The condition of the battle is that it's every day until you die. Strive for the truth until death. It's a constant. It ain't when you feel like it. Niggas got it twisted, man. Like, I'm gonna fight when I want. No. I watch movies when I want, but I gotta fight every day. I watch what I want when I want. I watch it. God. We gotta fight every day. You can't be in that, I'm gonna fight next week. But you know, after next week, man, I gotta take a little hiatus from this fighting stuff because I'm just tired. Hell nah, you better go get them bowels refreshed. You better go sit next to a brother and get refreshed.
But it tells you what happens when you don't fight.
Right, read on, watch, read on.
It tells you what happens. Go ahead.
Fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen.
Go ahead.
They will now quickly root us out of the earth.
So if you don't fight, then it's very simple. You like we were saying, it's either you conquer or you get conquered. It's either you fight and kill or you die. It's as simple as that. So either you step up and you start saying, you know what? I'm gonna start fighting against the old man. I'm gonna fight for my brothers and my sisters, my family. Or you gonna go down just like these brothers did during the time of Maccabees that didn't want to fight.
It has to dawn on every man the magnitude of what has been bestowed on us. The responsibility. Listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this. We have a responsibility for the greatest nation on earth, us Israelite men. Think about that. I want that to sink into your brain. You, as a man that has the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High in Christ, is responsible for a nation.
Right.
Now,
Whole nation.
I just want you to think about that. You're responsible for a nation. So you can do well, I'm not good enough. Well, I don't know enough. Well, I'm scared. Well, you better get unscared. You better learn enough. You better put yourself in position, because what happens when it's time for you when you're required to really use what you know? You got a lot of men that they store up wisdom. They store up Bible verses. and then you just sit on it like it's a gold mine, like you're a rabbit trying to hatch the golden egg. But what happens now when it's time to use it? And not just for yourself or for your house. Hey, we need you at the altar. We need you at the sanctuary. What you gonna do? Oh, I ain't good enough? Oh, I don't want to? Oh, I don't feel like it? It don't work like that, man. We are responsible for the nation. Our example, the way we carry ourselves, the way we do things, the information that you know, you're responsible. The Most High said, listen, I'm endowing you, Lakarab, with this amount of wisdom so you can disperse it amongst the people. You can't just decide one day like, damn, I don't want to fight. I don't know about this. I don't know about this Israelite thing. Does it get hard? Guess what? That's the condition of the battle. Yes, that it's going to get hard. Because if it was easy, what would be the point of you overcoming anything? If it was easy. What would be the point of the rewards that are given out if it was easy? Anybody could just attain, right? Right. But the point is to fight. Go ahead. Read, where you going?
Man, go to Judges chapter 7, verse 4. This is the point I wanted to bring out. This is the story of Gideon, right? When the Most High took Gideon's gonna go to war, and the Most High had Gideon leave the men that lacked at the water, right?
Right.
There's a point in here that I wanted to make, and it's Judges chapter 7, verse 4. Go ahead.
Book of Judges, chapter 7, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And the Most High said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many.
He said what?
The people are yet too many.
The Most High is speaking of the army.
The Israelites.
The Israelite army that's there, that's about to go to war against I forgot who we were about to go to war against. But the Most High is saying, listen, the people's too many. But when you look at
Midian, we're about to go to war with the Midianites.
Yeah, we were about to go to war with the Midianites. When you look at the amount of people the Midianites had compared to what we had, bruh, it was ridiculous. If I'm not mistaken, it was like the Midianites had like 120,000 and we had like 20,000.
Yeah.
And the Most High is saying, like, he's telling them right here, the people are yet too many. Bruh, we had 20,000 people going against 120. And the Most High is telling Gideon, we got too many people. So think about it. Even in this fight, the Most High don't need much. He don't want that much people. He just need a certain amount of brothers and sisters that's willing to do the work, that's willing to fight and fight for their nation. The Most High don't need a lot of people. All throughout the book, when you read about wars that we had, it was never like it was evenly matched. Like talking about like numbers wise.
It was never evenly matched.
It was never evenly matched. We were always short. Why do you think the scripture says that one man put 1,000 to flight?
He said he chose us not because we were the largest, but because we were the smallest.
Kind.
Yeah, we fought against the giant. We fought against giants, the giant nations, people, hundreds of thousands more than us. Why? Because strength in numbers? Nah, it's not strength in numbers. It's strength in faith.
Kind.
It's strength in unity. You could do a lot more with 2 unified brothers than you can do with 5 ununified brothers.
Exactly.
We prove it every day. We prove it every day. We ain't the biggest school, but look at what we get done. We get a lot done. Where you got, I remember Mashaba had came down, and usually San Antonio be having a lot of bros, and Mashaba was like, y'all do that much? Y'all do flyers? Y'all do street teaching? Y'all do this? With that many amount of brothers that y'all got? And I was like, yeah, cable show, this, that, new class, because it ain't about how many you have. What's the point of having a bunch of disgruntled niggas that don't want to do the work anyway? It's going to be half-assed. It's going to be shoddy. So it's better to have faithful men that understand their responsibility and what they're being held accountable for. The altar, the sanctuary, the brethren, your house depends on you.
God.
So you're going to be more potent in your fight if you have that belief. And if you have 3 or 4 or 5 potent men, potent in faith, potent in belief, potent in handling the business of the Most High, bro, that supersedes 10 men. Trust me, we do it. Go ahead, read on.
Go to jump to verse 7.
Verse 7. And the Most High said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that left will I save you.
So 300 men versus 120,000 of the Midianites. I'm probably wrong on the amount of the Midianite army that was coming, but I know it was over 100.
I'll find it.
But 300 men. Most High said, with these 300 men, am I going to save you? Think about it. Israel is as the sand of the sea, as the stars for multitude. Most High said 144,000. When they're sealed, that's it. 144,000. So think about it, though. Think about it. We don't know who the 144,000 is, but think about just the camps and the brothers that be in camps. And look at the amount of job. Look at the amount of brothers and sisters that's waking up. Just look at it. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. But you know, I was just going to that just to show, like, it's the Most High's war, but the Most High don't need much. He just needs a few. Matter of fact, that's all he wants is a few. Go back to 1 Maccabees, and we're gonna read chapter 3 and verse 20.
Come. 1 Maccabees 3, verse 20.
Go ahead.
They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us.
And don't these nations?
Yes, sir.
Don't they?
Come.
They come against us in much pride,
Right.
and much iniquity. They want to kill us. I mean, don't they do it? They sure do.
Esau.
Every day. Come on, man. They want to kill us. They want to put a bullet in they want to put a bullet in us. They want to kill us slowly. They want to torture us. They want to harvest our organs. They want to do all this. Read.
And our wives and children, and to spoil
But
us.
think about it. Not just us, bro. Our wives, our children, they want to spoil us. If it's not for the Most High, man, we would have been dead and gone. We would have been completely wiped off the face of the earth. But that's how they come against us. What reason do they have for destroying us? Like, really think about it. The only time the earth have ever had peace was when we were in rulership under Solomon for 40 years. The whole earth had peace. But you want to destroy us when the earth only had peace when we were in rulership? You got to really ask these people, man, why would you want to, why do they really, I want y'all to really think about it. Like, why on earth would they really want to just kill us and wipe us off the face of the earth?
Shoot. One is because we the salt of the earth. We got the flavor.
God, I get that.
I mean, that's just one, but we have the laws, the statutes, and commandments. They want to live a defiled life, chaotic. You know, they like it being on miscourse, but you know, the Most High has us here for us to bring that balance, to bring that justice, to show people, hey, look, these people, they've been through so much, but they still overcome. They still got flavor. They jack our swag. They jack everything we got.
Yeah.
And it's like, but the Most High still is like, they see that the blessing is on us. They see that, they see how rich of a people we are, how much culture we have.
But think about it though.
Yes.
Is that really even a reason for you to just want to kill a whole nation of people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at the Chinese and I'm like, man, y'all got fried rice.
Right, all the silks.
Y'all got all the silks.
God.
Y'all got swords and martial arts and technology. Like, I don't look at them and be like, y'all good at math. Like, I don't look at them and I'm like, yeah, I want y'all gone for this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bruh, like, I really don't. Like, when you look at Hamites, they got what they got, but I don't look at them like, I want you gone for this. Like, even Esau, I'm gonna keep it real. I look at Esau and I'm like, with everything that y'all done, like, I don't want your whole race to be gone. Like, but you know, that's just the love and spirit that's in me.
Right.
Not saying that I love Esau, but my mentality isn't that wicked. Or I'm not gonna say wicked, but it's not that Like, damn, like all y'all gone?
Right.
The Most High didn't put that in us, but it's in them. To where it's like, bro, you want to kill us, our wives, our children? And you killing us before we're even born with the things that you do to us? Y'all got to see it, man. That's what we fighting for. That's why we fight. It ain't no time for us to get caught up in the battles that we have mentally and spiritually, and let it overcome us and stop us from doing our purpose. Most High delivered our people with Gideon with 300, bro. 300 men that lapped or didn't lap. I don't want to misquote that. But going against 100,000, the Most High doesn't need much. He just needs a few that's gonna say, you know what? Judith 8:24. He just needs a few that has this mentality right here. The Judith 8:24. Matter of fact, read it again.
Judith 8.
Judith 8:24. Oh yeah. All right, yeah.
No, don't read it. Don't read it again.
Okay.
Go to the next scripture.
Yeah, go back to 1 Maccabees 3:20.
Con.
And then read the verse 21.
But we fight for our lives and our laws. Start from 20?
Yeah, start from 20.
1 Maccabees 3, chapter 3, verse 20. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us.
Go ahead.
And our wives and children, and to spoil us.
Go ahead.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
Well, that's what we fight for, man.
What else do we fight for?
For our lives
And our laws.
and our laws.
You know why this is important? Because you have many Israelites that didn't fight for the law. When the nations came in, they gave in to the eating pork. They gave in to the king's commandment. And then you had those like the woman with the 7 sons that watched her 7 sons get dismembered, cut in pieces, and then burned alive. You have Meshach, Shadrach, Abednego, right? The 3 holy children that what? They went in that furnace, man. Why? Because they were going to fight and stand up. That was the only way they could stand up for the law, was to die for it. Now, are we being asked to die for the law?
Not yet.
Well, that old man is. That old wicked nigga is being asked to be killed daily. But yeah, we ain't at the point. The scriptures say you have not suffered unto blood, striving against sin. So you ain't dying for the law like you think you are. You're supposed to live to be the example of the law. Because what's the point of you being dead? Again, where is the example that the brethren's hearts can look towards to say, wow, this is how I be a brother. Wow, this is how I be a real sister in Christ. Wow, this is how I be a father. This is how I be a priest. This is how I be an uncle. This is how I be a real example. Remember, the law is spiritual, but we are carnal. So the spirit of the law comes and exudes through us. So he said we fight for the laws. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
Go
to jump to verse 17, same chapter.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this. It don't say.
What was that?
For some reason, it don't say.
Verse 17.
Verse 17.
Same chapter, verse 17.
Con. 1 Maccabees 3, 17.
Go ahead.
Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong?
Because think about it, man. Ain't the Israelites few? The Israelites that's in the camps that's putting in the work. It's a few of us. It's a few of us. So one's asking like, bro, how are we going to be able to stand against all these nations that's coming against us? Us being so few. And we're going to fight against so great a multitude and so strong. Read.
Abel, Salakia.
Read from the top.
Verse 17.
Go ahead.
Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong?
Go ahead.
Seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day.
And that's a question mark. Because see, we're not supposed to be ready to faint. We're not supposed to be ready to faint from the fasting that we do. So when you think about it, right? Fasting, you're restraining yourself. So think about it. We being in a camp, Israelites in general, it's like we fast our whole lives. We restrain ourselves from doing what every other brother does, every other sister in the world does. We restrain ourselves. We sacrifice daily. We sacrifice doing the work, not doing our will, but the Most High's will. So we're a few fighting against so strong a multitude, and we damn near ready to faint. It gets so hard sometimes, man, when Satan starts hitting, you start feeling the wear and tear of the battle that you're going through. You like, man. You start feeling like, man, when's your Awashai gonna come back? That's when the battle really starts hitting you. You start going through whatever you're going through, and you fasting the whole time. You don't have to, but you're doing it for the Most High. You're restraining yourself, and you tired. Asking right here, man, how we gonna be able to stand? How will we stand? But look at what Judas says. Read verse 18.
Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few.
It's not. This is why we fight, because it's not a hard matter for them to. Come on, man. They already fallen by us, bro. They already fallen. They see us out in these street corners, man. Their hearts faint. Their hearts faint when they see us wearing fringes. When they going about their daily lives and they see a brother with fringes, their hearts faint. They faint. Fringes and a beard. When they see the wife in order, the family starting to get unity again, they faint. They're like, oh crap, man, that means my time is almost done. The prophecy is coming true. Because guess what? 40, 50 years ago, you wasn't seeing that. And now in this age, in this internet age, it's everywhere. They see camps all over America, camps all over the world. Brothers and sisters is waking up, man. They scared. Why? Because it's not a hard matter for the Most High to shut them up. It's going to be a few. Read.
And with the power of heaven, it is all one.
Go ahead.
To deliver with a great multitude or a small company.
It don't matter. It don't matter if we got a lot or we got a little bit. The Most High is going to deliver us. It's going to deliver us. Period. Read.
To deliver with a great multitude or a small company.
Go ahead.
Or the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven.
Yeah, because strength comes from heaven, man. From heaven. It's not about how many people you got. Go to 2 Maccabees chapter 15 to verse 26.
Con. 2 Maccabees, you said 16?
15 and verse 26. So we just touching on why we fight, man. And right now we fighting for our families, our brothers, our sisters, our loved ones. That's what we fighting for. The law, our way of life, our heritage that we lost, our land, our language, man. We fighting. It's not just the kingdom. I mean, it is the kingdom at the end of the day, but it's everything that comes with it, man. Read verse 26.
2 Maccabees, chapter 15, verse 26. But Judas and his company encountered the enemies with invocation and prayer.
Go ahead.
So that fighting with their hands and praying unto the Most High with their hearts, they slew no less.
Wait. What got to be in it?
And praying unto the Most High with their hearts.
You see that? Your heart got to be in this fight.
Got it.
Your mind. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Got it.
Your mind has to be in it to want to fight. Your mind has to be in it that there is a fight and that there's a purpose for winning and a purpose for losing. But if you're entangled in the affairs of this life, guess what? You ain't gonna see the reason to fight. You gonna fight, nigga, I'm good. Got my job, got my girl, got my car, got my house, got my little bank, got my children, dog, I'm good, man. Watch a couple movies on the weekend, I'm good. But your mind has to be programmed into the condition. And your mind has to be shown the condition that you're in. And then you gotta be aware, it says oppression make a wise man mad. You gotta be mad enough to do something, man. But your mind has to be there. Go ahead.
Con. They slew no less than 30 and 5,000 men.
Con. Judas had a little bit of men with him. Go ahead.
For through the appearance of the Most High, they were greatly cheered.
And that's what it's about, man. Fighting. We're gonna fight with our hands. We're gonna fight with our spirits, but we praying unto the Most High. Our minds is constantly on the Most High and while we're doing it. And through everything that we go through, we should be greatly cheered. Because we're looking onto the Most High. Go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 3 and verse 10. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 10.
Gideon fought against 135,000 men.
It's even the number was even higher. So the Most High used 300 men to take down 135,000. Think about that. Think about that, man. It don't take much. Let's go into like the condition of the battle. What's this condition that we're fighting? What's this condition that we're fighting? Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 10.
Ecclesiastes 3 verse 10.
Go ahead.
I have seen the travail which the Most High hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it.
And this is the thing, man. The Most High gave us everything that we're going through. Every so-called stumbling block, obstacles that you think that's in your life. The Most High gave you that for you to be exercised in it. That's why you got in 1 Corinthians, it tells you there's no temptation that's not common to man. We all being exercised in the same thing. We all gotta fight our lusts. We all gotta fight our slothfulness. We all gotta fight our and try to have some patience. We all gotta try to overcome the things that we lack, the things that hold us back. We all gotta go through phases where we gotta be abased and learn how to deal with being abased. And we gotta go through phases where we gotta abound, where we're in a state of abounding, but have discretion on how to use the state of abounding the right way, and not become a niggard or be overboard.
Read that one more time.
Ecclesiastes 3 verse 10.
Uh-huh.
I have seen the travail.
So let's pause right there. He said, I've seen the travail.
Go ahead.
Watch, read on.
Which the Most High hath given to the sons of men.
Right.
To be exercised in it.
Now, check this out. The Most High gave. Is it unlawful to have a woman?
La.
No, right? But doesn't it become a great travail to man if he doesn't use the wisdom properly to get the right woman, and then to keep his woman subject through the wisdom? Doesn't it become this travail? Now she becomes this wicked woman, right? She obeys the current, she weakens the knees, right? She's loud, she's crying. He said he's exercising you through these things. Is it wicked to have money? No, right? It says money is a defense, but then it says the love of money is the root of evil. You see the travail?
Yeah.
You see the exercising where good is set against evil. Now, it's good to have money, but it's evil to love it. It's good to have a wife, but it's evil to have a wicked wife, because a wicked wife is given to the portion of a wicked man. You see how the travail is, how do I balance these things that are given to me in righteousness and not let them get wicked? That's the great travail. How do I use the wisdom and wield my sword the right way with the right amount of swing and pitch? And how do I sharpen my sword just enough to make sure it makes the right cut and don't cut too deep? You see that? You got to swing it, right? But you don't want to cut a whole arm off. You just want to make a gash. Let them know it's real. You just want to cut off an ear. Boom, but you cut the whole head off. Damn. Use my sword wrong.
Come on, Peter.
Come on, Peter. Right? I use my sword wrong. That's the travailing where if you lean too much to the left, if you lean too much to the right, you got to fight to stay down that middle. That's the condition. It ain't wicked to have a woman. It ain't wicked to have money. It ain't wicked to have a car. But then look, can't the car be used for evil? You want this and that? Picking up little day walkers, right? It can be used like all these things can be used for evil, but you're being exercised with with these things, these righteous things.
Right.
Your wisdom is being exercised. Your senses are being exercised, and it becomes this travail because you're like, damn, it got to be this hard to have a good relationship. Yeah, it is that hard to have a righteous relationship because we've been off the damn rails for so long. It is that hard to be able to have a vehicle and make sure that I go to where I need to be. Because I want to go somewhere else. I want to be late. I want to be this. I want to be that. It is that hard. Does it have to be? No. Because you got to just continue to fight the I feeling and develop into the we. Right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 11.
Oh, that's it.
Go to Romans 8:20.
You know, I like what you said right there at the end, like fighting the we, not the we, but the I.
Right.
The me and the I, right?
Right.
You know, it's funny when you look at the world today, right? And this is obvious. This is definitely one of the things the Most High gave us the travail in too. When you listen to rap music, next time you listen to a rap song, especially this new age rap music, just listen. Like everything is I and me. Like literally every line.
I made me. That's what they say. I made me.
No, I'm talking about like every song, like every line, right? Every bar is I or me.
She got me in my feelings. Blah, 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 blah.
It's I or me, like in every one of them. I got all this jewelry on. I got this car on. It's always I or me. So it's never a we. It's always this individuality. It's never unity. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out though. Go to
go
I
ahead.
had a question on the last scripture.
Which one?
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 10.
Uh-huh.
The sons of men. I've been studying my text. What's the difference between the sons of men and the sons of God?
Well, the sons of God, you're going to take us off, but it says, ye that are led of the Spirit. What does it say? It's in, it says, I'm going to misquote it. Yeah.
Or rather, what are we the sons of men?
No, we're the sons.
We're the sons of the Most High because we're led by the Spirit. That's what the scripture says. Right? So, let's just get the scripture real quick. It's in, is it John?
I know that there's one in John.
Yeah. We'll find it. We'll find it for you and I'll text it to you.
That was my only question.
Yeah. But read that one more time and then go to Romans 8:20. Read that Ecclesiastes and go to Romans 8:20.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 10.
Right?
I have seen the travail which the Most High hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it.
Yeah, the travailing is this. Go to Romans 8:20.
Romans 8:20.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the creature was made subject to vanity.
See, it's these vanities, man, that they're there. These vain things that, again, having money, having carnal things, they're not wrong, they're not wicked, but what happens? They are vain. Money is vain, especially the American dollar. It's vain, it ain't real. But you got niggas that'll die for the dollar. They die for this money. But we're subjected to these vanities that what? I ain't gonna fight for Christ, I'm gonna fight for the vanity. I'm gonna fight to have the vain things, the vain glory, the title, the power, the fake power, this fictitious power. I'm fighting for YouTube subscribers. Nigga, what? Yo, it's only one thing if you're like, yeah, I need 1,000 subscribers to be able to get the word out. But I need 1,000 subscribers so that I can look popular? Go ahead, read on.
Not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope.
Because the Most High is the one that laid it down, man. Remember, the war is the Most High's war. It's the Most High's war. But it says that he laid it down by reason of hope. So that we can...
by the Spirit of the sons of God.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it says.
It might be Romans too.
It's in Romans, yeah. For as many as
the Most High laid it down so that we could have hope as well, man. Have hope in Him. Go to Job chapter 5, verse 7. Job chapter 5 and verse 7.
I don't want to look at it. I want to find it.
And then another brother can give me 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10.
Book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 7.
Yes,
Yet man is born unto trouble.
Man is what?
Born unto trouble.
Yeah, the Most High, man, he has us born unto trouble.
This is the condition.
That's the condition. That's what we're exercised in. Come on, man. Just think about your life, bro. Think about your life. The things that we go through, that's actually what makes your life exciting. Because when you overcome it, that's what makes it exciting. The fact that you can go through something. Imagine if you just woke up every day
It was just all
and it was just all, and it's not all good, but just imagine if you just woke up in America. You wake up, you drive to work, wasn't nothing going on at work. You do what you do, and then you come home, and then you just sit in front of the couch and watch TV. You might smoke your weed. You might drink your liquor.
Come on, man. You know you talking about your whole life.
Damn.
Come on, Ox. Stop. Some men love that, though. No, but the point is.
I'm not saying that was me, though.
I'm not saying that was you, but what I'm saying is some men love that. They love to be able to come home, smoke weed.
I used to hit the gym.
Do nothing at work. Some men love that.
Gun.
Right? So think about it. That whole analogy is true.
Yeah.
Just be bored.
But there are men that like that. That's why they don't fight. That's why they don't want to conform to. They don't want to accept the conditions that they're in. You're like, nah, bro. This ain't. Think about how many Israelites you say, nah. Deuteronomy 28 is why. They're like, if God loved us, then why He put us with Deuteronomy 28? No, I don't believe that.
I'm not going through that.
I ain't going because they don't want to accept the condition that they've been put in. They don't want to accept that the Most High born us in this way because of what we did, because of our old ways. They don't want to accept it.
Okay.
So they're like, no, that's not me. I'm gonna do something different, or I'm a weed head because my dad showed me this, or somebody, the homeboy down the block showed me, or I'm a killer because I'm a product of my environment. It's never, well, the Most High set it up this way for you to fight out of it.
Okay.
They're just like, nah, I'm a product of my environment. This is what it is. I'm slothful and lazy because that's what it is. But it's here, but not seeing that the Most High didn't make you slothful and lazy.
It's your travail.
He did put you, it's the travail that He put you in a situation to show you, no, don't be slothful. Here, fight. Fight out of it. Don't lay down on your back.
Okay.
Don't be a yellow belly. Ain't that what they call you? Cowards, right? Don't be a yellow belly. Fight. Put your hand to the plow. Dig your way out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just on that, read the 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10.
It was 1 John. That's where y'all put it. I was getting there. Yeah. 1 John, beloved. Now we are the sons of God. And no, that's one of them. That's not the one I wanted.
Go to
I'm gonna get the other one.
First Thessalonians.
yeah, read that.
2 Thessalonians 3 and 10.
Go ahead.
For even when we were with you, this we commanded you,
Go ahead.
that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
And I mean, isn't that just nature? If you don't work, you don't eat. You don't work, you don't eat. So guess what? When it comes to the Most High, you don't fight, you don't live. You don't fight, you don't live. It's just like at the end of it all, when Christ comes, He's gonna be like, "Did you feed my sheep? You ain't feed the sheep. Okay, you don't live." You're gonna come to a lot. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters gonna come to Christ. Like, didn't we do this? Didn't we do that? He's gonna say, "I never knew you. I never knew you. You don't work. You don't eat. You're not gonna be able to reap the benefits of your work. Well, you're not gonna be able to reap any benefits because you're not working. I should say.
Romans 8:14.
So if you're not fighting, if you're not going through the things that you need to go through, like what are you gonna get? How can you expect a reward? How can you expect your crown? How can you expect the kingdom? You know, it's like Solomon, right? When Solomon became king, Solomon asked the Most High. The Most High was like, "What you want?" Solomon was like, "Man, give me the knowledge and wisdom to correctly judge your people." That's what Solomon asked for. Most High was like, "I'm gonna make you the wisest man on the whole earth." But does that mean that Solomon just sat on his throne and did nothing?
Wow.
And became wise? Nah. It said that Solomon was studying ants. Solomon told you to go look at the ant, thou sluggard. Solomon was studying. So even though the Most High blessed him with, yeah, you're going to be the wisest man on the earth, it don't just happen. It ain't going to happen without you actually doing something. So it's like everybody wants to get to the kingdom. Everybody wants the 144,000 to wake up. But it's like you don't work, you don't eat. So you want the 144,000 to wake up. You won't do nothing. Like, bro, what can you expect? You would really expect us to wake up? You really expect us to get sealed so we can go to the kingdom? It's like you want to have a good relationship with your rib, but you ain't working to have a good relationship with your rib. You ain't teaching her what she needs to know. You ain't showing her a good example. You ain't studying to teach her. Like a good relationship with your rib, especially in these times, ain't just going to the park and walking around, taking her out to eat, kicking back, watching movies. That ain't nothing. People do that in the world.
Right.
People do that in the world, and as soon as any adversity hits, that's it. Come on, man.
You get a new movie partner.
Yeah, you get a new movie partner.
Yeah.
Man, we work in the mall, man, and we'll talk to so many brothers and sisters, and you'll hear them. I've been with my wife 25 years, 35 years, and how do you divorce? How do you get a divorce from somebody when you've been with them for 25, 35 years? I mean, I've never been in that situation to understand it, but, you know, I look at it and I'm like,
I'll tell you how.
man, that's nuts.
Because one person lost sight of the battle. One person said, you know what? It's not worth the fight. Nothing is important. My example no longer matters. Right? The longevity, the long suffering, what Yahweh Shai wants me to go through, it no longer matters. So guess what? I give up. White flag. Right? That's how you, that's anything. How does a brother leave the truth after 30 years? He gave up the fight. He gave up the ghost. He stopped believing. He lost faith in what was pushing him and what was battling for him, which was the Most High.
And your nation.
And he lost sight of the goals. He lost sight that it wasn't just about him and his dreams, but what about the nation? What about the people? What about the altar? What about the sanctuary? What about the brother's house next to you? What about the brethren? All these things were lost in the factorization of why do I keep battling through my inner demons? Well, you forgot that it wasn't just about you.
Yes, sir.
Where we at?
Go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 12. Another brother give me 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 42.
So why do we fight? What are we fighting for? We said it. Remember in Ezra, he said,
this is the condition.
No, in Ezra, he said, not that one. He said that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. So what is that thing? Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Fight the good fight of faith.
And this is what it's about, man. Fighting that good fight of faith. This that fight, man, when, listen, you ain't fighting for no belt. You ain't fighting to go kiss a gold piece of metal after the season's over. That's not what you're fighting for. Man, you're fighting the good fight of faith.
And faith is the substance of things hoped for but not seen.
Done.
So it ain't something that you can tangibly grab. Like, oh yeah, like you said, WWF belts and Stanley Cup championships and Lord Stanley's Cup, right? You ain't fighting for that. The Lombardi trophy, right? You ain't fighting for that to get your name etched on the NBA. Nah, bro, you ain't fighting for that. He said, fight the good fight of faith. Go ahead.
Lay hold on eternal life.
Bro, that's what you're fighting for, man. Eternal life. Eternal life. It's funny, man, when these sports stars, especially NFL players, they be like, they can never take this from us. They can never take this from us. We'll go down forever in history, bro. Nobody cares about you. Like, after the season's over, there's going to be another one. There's going to be another set of players that win.
I don't even know who won the Super Bowl last year.
Bro, the crazy, I don't, it was Patriots.
I said it on purpose to hate.
Nah, but it's funny. I had to think about that. I was thinking about that the other day, though. I was like, man, who even played in it? It's like, it don't even matter. To an Israelite, it's like,
who fought that fight? It don't matter.
It's like, you don't kill no more. It's like, bro, like, what we fighting for is way better. Because none of these athletes, none of these people in the world, they're not fighting this good fight of faith. So what they're fighting for is all carnality.
Temple.
So when we actually fight a spiritual battle and we overcome something spiritually, oh, bro, like that feeling that you get just from accomplishing something is amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Like I remember when I became a soldier, when I passed the soldier's test, I was like, damn. When I passed the officer, I remember my first time like feeling comfortable street speaking. That was amazing. I remember teaching my first class and like, man, I could do this. Because I remember my first day walking in here, I didn't even know where Genesis was in the Bible. I remember looking at brothers teaching and I'm like, damn, I don't think I'm gonna ever get up here. But I'm fighting the good fight of faith. I'm fighting, man. So I'm fighting for eternal life. So things that
Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say like the accomplishments and the rewards, it's all spiritual. So it's nothing. It's nothing that can compare to it. Finish it up.
God. Whereunto thou art also called,
Go ahead.
and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses.
And this is the thing, man. We were called for this. So you ain't never gonna feel complete unless you're not doing this. It's as simple as that. Like you'll always feel empty if you're not doing what you're called for. If you're, it's like trying to eat a soup with a fork. You'll be like, golly, man.
Still hungry.
It's gotta be a better way.
Right?
Eat air.
Yeah, you trying to eat a soup with a fork, you gonna be like, man, it's gotta be something else. It's something else. And you're right, it's a spoon. The spoon is the something else. But it's the same with us. It's like you'll be doing something and it's like, man, this just ain't me. This isn't it. Because you're not doing what you're called for. So we're called to do this work, man. Let's fight, and let's fight for our nation and fight for the laws.
And can I say one thing? Because the sister Kaya said not everyone is built for the fight. You're right, because they don't want to be built. Go ahead. Because they don't want to be ready to fight. Listen, the Most High said he gave you all things sufficient to bring forth a good work. I'm looking for it in Corinthians. What's up?
That's a brother, by the way. Kaya, remember
Kaya?
Tazapah nephew?
No, Kaya.
I thought Kaya was
Mustafa's
sister.
wife.
Yeah, Kaya's yeah, that's a sister.
That's a
Yeah,
sister.
go ahead. Go ahead, what were you saying? That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. I believe that's a sister. Yeah, we cleared that up a while back. That's Mustafa's wife. Yeah, a lot of people aren't built for the fight, not because the Most High didn't give them what they needed, because they didn't follow and pick up the right weapons at the time. It's like you ever watch those movies where they throw them in an arena, and all the weapons are everywhere, and the one nigga wants to fight with his bare hands, and everybody else got an axe, a bow and arrow, or this and that. Nigga, pick up the sword. It's right there. Why you want to fight barehanded? The weapons are there. You got to pick them up. Go to James 1 and verse 12. James 1 and 12.
Come.
Yep.
Book of James, chapter 1 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
Oh, Salaki. I thought I was there. I wasn't.
Got it. James 1, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Go ahead.
For when he is tried,
When he is what?
tried,
Read.
he shall receive the crown of life.
But what? Only if he endures. Because with every temptation, the Most High gives you a way out.
Come.
When he is tried, he should do what?
Endureth temptation.
Right?
Salaki.
Read it from the
He
top.
shall.
You gotta
James.
stop. This is the problem. Don't write.
Got it.
Because every time you write, don't worry, you ain't gonna miss nothing.
Right.
You ain't gonna miss nothing, not. Don't worry, you ain't gonna miss nothing. Go ahead, read it again.
James 1 and 12.
Uh-huh.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Right?
For when he is tried,
Read.
he shall receive the crown of life.
See, these are the things that were promised. These are the things that were promised, the crown of eternal life. Go to 2 Ezra 2. Go to 2 Ezra 2:42.
Second Esdras 2, verse 42.
Go ahead.
I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Sion a great people.
Come on.
Whom I could not number. And they all praise the Most High with songs.
And this sounds like what? Don't this sound like Revelations? Right? It sounds like Revelation 7.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, because that's the precept to it. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature.
Go ahead.
Taller than all the rest.
Go ahead.
And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns.
He did what?
Set crowns.
Come on.
And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right?
Continue.
Yeah, keep going.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these?
Right?
He answered and
who
said,
are these people? Why are they getting crowned? What did they do? Read on.
He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
Wait, they did what?
Put off the mortal
go ahead.
Clothing.
That's the fight. The fight is to put off the mortal clothing daily. Paul said, I die daily. What was dying daily? That mortal man. And he was, as the mortal man died every day, he added something spiritual to himself. He got more spiritual as a man. He said, these are they that put off the mortal clothing. Meaning what? Meaning what? What does it mean they put off the mortal clothing? What does that mean?
Oh, shoot. Everything that's
letting go of the old man.
This life, like, okay, kicking it.
Right? Go ahead. Bring it out.
You know, kicking it.
Read. Come on, say it.
All
say it.
All the malarkey that we,
He said the malarkey.
all like,
Bro, it was all the cares of this life.
God.
It was all the cares of this life that makes one mortal. What makes you mortal? That's all you gotta ask. What makes, it says ye are gods, but you should die like men. What makes you mortal? What makes a god mortal? The cares of this world. The lust of the flesh and giving into it. That's what makes you mortal. So these were they that put away the cares of this world. I ain't worried about my credit score. I ain't worried about what she's talking about. I'm here to serve. I be about my Father's business. So if you're not about it, then guess what? We ain't about it. Right? That's what it boils down to.
Yes, sir.
The cares of this world, not seeking to please your own self and do your own will, but do the will of him that sent you. We've all been sent. Y'all believe that? We've all been sent and ordained. Just like Yahushua was sent, we're now being sent. But not to do what we want. That's the thing that, we have to really get into our heads. I know it'd be hard, man, to say, damn, I can't live the life I wanted to live or I thought I was going to live. No, hell no. This ain't your life. Sorry. But it ain't your life. It's not. The Most High ordained us to do a job, to do a work. Yeah, of course. Say something. Please. Be the devil's advocate.
Nah, it's not that. It's like we weren't. Think about this, right? Like, who in here plays sports? We all play sports, right? So at some point, we wanted to be a football, basketball, or baseball player or a soccer player, right? When we were coming up. Think about it, bro. Kevin Durant, probably the best basketball player in the NBA, said he hates the NBA sometimes. Just think about it. Yeah. Bro, you made it to the top. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. You're one of the best basketball players ever. You got championship rings. You got MVPs. You got endorsement. You got money. But you say you hate the NBA sometimes? Think about it. Yeah. Why would he say that?
And guess what? He's been crowned at the highest level of the NBA.
What's that?
He got a damn championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He got championship MVPs.
He got finals MVP.
Right. And he's been crowned at the highest level of his profession. And he hates where he works.
Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because you that's the life that he wanted to live. But he's living that life that he wanted to live. But he's telling you, like, bro, I hate this sometimes.
But there's no fulfillment in it.
Yeah.
There's no fulfillment in the championship ring. The crowns that we get, putting off the crowns that we get for putting off the mortality, bro, that immortal life. Come on, man. That long life.
Yeah, bro.
That's sitting on the right hand of Yahweh Shai. Like, what is that? What can you match up against that? Like, you can't even fathom. Like, listen, I can dream of holding an NBA championship because I've seen it done and I've touched one. I've touched a championship. No, really, I have.
Okay, now
When you go, when they do, they did a
parades.
They did a parade in Colorado, like Taste of Colorado or something, and they had the whole NBA shootout set up, and they had the two replicas there. The championships are just replicas. They make like 50 of them a year, right? Because every team keeps the championship in their building, so they replicate them. It's not like the Stanley Cup where it's won and they etch their name on it. The Vince Lombardi Trophy is a replica. The championship is a replica. So I've touched one, I've held one. But even before that, I could fathom doing that. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to be a champion, son. I was nice and ball. I could have been a champ. But to fathom sitting next to Christ, standing next to Yahweh Shai, or even this. Go to Luke 22 and verse 28. Luke 22 and verse 28. To imagine doing this.
Come.
Read it.
Come, Luke chapter 22, verse 28.
Go ahead.
Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptation.
We have what?
Continued with me in my temptation.
Go ahead.
I appoint unto you a kingdom.
A what?
A kingdom.
Come on.
As my Father hath appointed unto me.
Verse 30, read.
Verse 30. That ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom.
Come on, man. Imagine that. You sitting at the King of Kings table. And you sitting there and just having a jolly old time. Eating and drinking with Big Bro. Come on, man.
Right.
A lot of y'all haven't even had a real family dinner. A lot of us ain't even sat down with your own pops to have dinner at the damn table.
And if you did, it was awkward.
And if you did, it was silence. It was awkward silence, and it was weird, and you just wanted to get up and go.
Right.
But this is what we fight for. These are the things that when you just overlook them like they're nothing, but there's something. To sit in that power, to sit in that glory, to sit amongst that wisdom and that majesty. Come on, man. It ain't your grandma's table filled with swine and ham hocks. It ain't Granny's table filled with that old oversweet candy yams and the too salty turkey. Nah, this is the king's table. Read.
And sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Doing what?
Sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Yasharallah.
Yeah, because that's what it's gonna be, man. Sitting on the thrones, judging Israel. Go to our last one, Revelations 2:10.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Right?
Behold, the devil.
And this is the thing. We can't fear. You can't fear to be in this battle. You can't fear to be in this war. Go ahead.
And can I say too, like, why would you fear when, we were going over how the battle's the Most High. The Most High is the one that ordained it. He's the one that put it in place. He knows how he made you. He knows what your shortcomings are and what your stumbling blocks are. But he got you. He got you working it out. Why would you fear? Why would you fear anything that you're going to suffer when you got the prophets, for an example, that suffered and overcame those things that they were suffering? You know the Most High got you.
Yeah, look at any man that's called the Most High. Did he forsake? No.
Okay.
But that's the thing. You can't fear the things that we got to get through to get these rewards.
Okay.
You can't fear, man. You just got to go through. You just got to be prepared. That's it. That's all the Most High really wants is, what's your preparation like? You going to study? You going to read? You going to give your mind to me?
Yeah, man.
He said if you...
Preparation and execution.
Go ahead, read on. Finish it.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Go ahead.
That ye may be tried.
Read.
And ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Go ahead.
Be thou faithful unto death.
Be what?
Be thou faithful unto death.
Unto what?
Unto death.
Come on.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
Yeah. So all the things that are being taken away from you now in this war, they're going to come back. They're going to come back to you. But you got to be willing to put off that mortality.
And you know, even on that point too, you don't even have to wonder or guess if it's going to come back. Because just look at how the Most High does things. You know it's going to come back. You get what you put in.
He said he's not unrighteous to forget your labor and love and the work that you do towards his name.
Yep.
So we got to see, man. That's all it is. Our battle is to just stay consistent on his work, on his will, and not look at what I'm losing or what I'm getting, but just look at, let me do what the Most High wants. Y'all got any questions on that? There's one scripture, man. It says the Most High give you all things sufficient to abound to every good work. It's in Corinthians. Damn. But any questions online?
Wow.
He really hates me. Yeah, a lot of people just want the reward of the fight, not realizing the Most High just wants to see how much you want to be with him. Yeah. Because all the carnal rewards that down here, listen, all the carnal rewards that are down here, man, I'm like, bro, just beam me up to the king's table. Beam me all the way up. Because, man, the travail of I'm not gonna go here. The travail of relationships, the travail of carnal things, the travail of money, it's all a travail if you let it be. It's all a travail if you let it be. So, yeah, we just gotta remember, man. These are the things that we fight for. We fight for the kingdom. We fight for the law. We fight for our brothers. We fight for our sisters. We fight to be able to teach. We fight for freedom. We fight for our people. You women, you fight for your children. You fight for others, sisters. This is what we fight for. If that's not what's on your mind, we fighting for the nation. All right. So, with that, if there's no questions, we'll end it there. Nothing online. Nothing in class. Wow. All right. Well, today is Monday. We'll be back Wednesday with another good class. This was a good one. I liked it. We'll be back Wednesday, same time, same place. All right, 7 to 9. So look out for tomorrow's class. That's going to be a good one out in Virginia. All right. So if that's it, if there's no questions, we thank everybody for joining us. We thank y'all for the positivity online. We appreciate it. Brothers and sisters coming to learn. We definitely don't mind the comments. As long as everybody stays respectful. Just a reminder. We appreciate y'all. Right? Take me to the king. Hell yeah. Take me to the king, man. But with that, we'll say shalom. Shalom. See y'all back on Wednesday.
The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutting. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock. TK. Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of is my rock.